I believe before that I need to put out some other important flashes. What we understand is that the October 1st extension of market trading hours has been deferred. Now, this would be important because there was no clarity emerging, and this would be a breaking news that we are putting out, that indeed the October 1st rollout has been deferred, as there has been no consensus between the stock exchanges and brokers on this said issue. So for now, till the time the stock exchanges, brokers and other market participants are on the common page and arrive at a consensus, the rollout from October 1st has been deferred. Now, clearly, a market regulator, SEBI, had already put the enabling regulations and the circular out. It was up to the exchanges to ensure that this implementation happened. So there was a lot of back and forth. Also, both the exchanges are not on same page when it comes to the kind of products that would be offered during the extended market trading hours, if at all it had happened from October 1st. But the big breaking news is, for now, the October 1st rollout of extension of market trading hours in the Indian equity market has been deferred.
Right, Vijay, I just wanted to confirm, has this been discussed in the board meet today, or this is a separate story?
Clearly, no. The board meeting, of course, will not be discussing these things, because the fact was that circular was already put out by market regulator SEBI. It was the exchanges which had to come out with their final circular, which has not happened yet, and perhaps an official communication will be going very soon at all levels to say that this particular October 1st rollout has been deferred. So the exchanges still are working and are discussing. So very soon we could see the official communication being sent, because SEBI only had put out the enabling circular. It was up to the exchanges to do the required implementation. So the stock exchanges will communicate the same to all the market participants and at large, and particularly the broking community. But yes, what we have gathered is that October 1st implementation has been deferred for now, and only after consensus is arrived, a new date will be put out.
Vijay, just coming in there, this is of course very important, impacting all stakeholders and participants of the markets. I just want to get more clarity on this, and I'm sure my producers are working the phone lines to get experts on air as well. Now, there had been some confusion that would we first see trading maybe till 5 p.m. and a break, and then all the way till 11:55 p.m. So there is going to be no sort of any kind of an extension, whether it's by an hour, by even a minute?
Clearly, see, Nandara, we need to, as you're rightly pointing out, the whole issue here is, it was the enabling circular which SEBI put out that up to 11:55 p.m. the derivatives can be kept open. Now, it was up to the exchanges to decide, as you're rightly pointing out, whether it would be up to 11:55 p.m. or perhaps some other time. But clearly, both the exchanges said we will go all out since it's allowed till 11:55 p.m. And even last week, as we had done this story as an update, clearly both the exchanges said that they will go ahead. They have already filed for the products with the market regulator SEBI and waiting for their approval. But the fact remains, somewhere brokers at large have their certain practical issues which they are confronting, and that is where clearly SEBI also asked the exchanges to get them on board and arrive at a consensus, and that is where more time has been sought by the exchanges. So yes, October 1st will not be the date, but perhaps there will be some other date, maybe, we don't know, a couple of months, 3 months, what is that the market participants and broking community as a whole would want the exchanges to put in. So that is something still the discussions are underway, and a consensus is being tried to be emerged. But for yes, October 1st, come October 1st, and it would be as usual till 3:30, the current market hours that would be operational.
Okay, October 1 is of course round the corner. We only had less than 2 weeks to go till then. But Vijay, because you are at SEBI Bhavan, you're at the venue of the crucial board meeting right now. We just know that they have to arrive consensus for the timings. But what about the various products? Had they ever reached a consensus on the kind of products that could be traded if the markets are extended for derivative trading, or was there no consensus on that? Will we perhaps see a public consultation as well? Will the market regulator maybe ask the stock exchanges to give its comments, other market participants to come out with their comments on this?
That's an interesting question, Nandara. As you're rightly pointing out, see, NSE was always on record saying to begin with they will only go with the index product. And that is where even ANMI, the Brokers Association of NSE, said if it's going to be only index products, they have no issue. They will support this rollout. But clearly, BSE went ahead and said they would also look at stock futures as an option since that is allowed under the SEBI circular. So clearly, that is where all sort of confusions started creeping in, as there were not a common consensus that was emerging. So that is where I believe clearly market regulator also wanted the exchanges to ensure that there is enough clarity and both the exchanges are not only on the same page but also the broking community as a whole has to be taken into consideration, because at the end of the day it's all about settlement, and that is where clearly more time has been sought and has been given, and this October 1st deadline has been deferred. So it would be up to the exchanges to now see how they take it forward, or how is that they're going to convince their products to the brokers who at the end of the day will be implementing their products to the traders.
Right, Vijay, I also just wanted to understand, as you said that they will be convincing their products from different exchanges have to be the same. That's essentially the problem at this point of time.
Pankaj, yeah, ideally yes, because you can't have two exchanges putting out two different products at any point of time in the extended trading hours. So clearly these are certain things which indeed was always under discussion, but now with this being deferred, I'm sure there has been at the highest level being communicated that exchanges also need to get their act together, communicate more efficiently and rather speak in one voice, and also the fact remains that they have to ensure that whatever is the case, it's a common product and it's a common circular that goes from both the exchanges. It can't that both the exchanges speak in different voices or offer something different to the market, because clearly that is not something which would be desirable. So that is where indeed clearly consensus will not emerge so easily in the markets, and that is where clearly the more time has been sought.
Right, Vijay, just stay on with us. We have Alok Churiwala now joining us, a well-known market member. Mr. Churiwala, what is your first reaction? It was not expected to get implemented from 1st of October because there are hardly about 2 weeks remaining. Until now, there is no clarity as to how things would go ahead on 1st of October if it had to be implemented.
Absolutely. So the fact that there was no consensus on the products being traded, on the mode and mechanism of settlement of the products that were likely to be traded. So it's a good thing that, for the time being, this move has been, postponed or till a consensus emerges. But, I think the brokers are going to be heaving a sigh of relief for the time being. But let us see in days to come what happens.
Of relief. If the product is good, if they discuss first with brokers and then probably implement it, that's something that brokers would be happy with, whether it's only exchange products, whether it's only, Nifty futures or Bank Nifty futures. How essentially, if it has to be done, what should be the process?
More than the brokers actually taking a call on it, I think it is the regulator and the finance ministry who ought to take a call as to which direction they want to lead the capital markets of the country into. Do we want a trader's market? Do we want an investor's market? Do we want products to be hedged? What is the, how much is the need for hedging? So these are some questions that need to be answered, deliberated, and not just deliberated in vacuum, but with, real data. Even on date, we have the GIFT City, which is operational with 23 hours of trading, where FPIs are allowed to trade. And this was, the market that was touted that will get back volumes from Singapore, so on and so forth. And every time we hear the same rhetoric being given. So if, GIFT City was the answer, why not, just have trading on GIFT City where 23 hours trading in a day is still possible?
Okay. Hi, Alok. I'm going to ask you to hang in there. We're going to invite my next guest. It's Mr. Rajesh Baheti, the president of the Association of National Exchanges Members of India. This is Nayanthara from New Delhi. Mr. Baheti, can you tell me how you all are reacting to this news? The market regulator at a board meeting deciding to defer the rollout of extended trading from October 1. We don't know what the new date is going to be. We still don't know what the new products would be. But it seems as the market regulator first wants to build consensus.
I think we welcome the market regulator's decision because I don't think anybody was ready yet. We've had so many changes to our margining system and other systems that I think a lot of time is needed for everybody to settle down in the new scenario. More than that, I don't think the date is so important. It's the whole process of how it is going to be implemented, which is more important. I think clearly this was unfinished agenda, and we are very, very happy that it has been deferred, and we would like the exchanges and the regulator to take us on board with respect to what we have to say and arrive at a consensus before taking such an important decision. You do understand that the broking industry in India is highly fragmented, and there are lots of lives at stake. So every decision needs to be considered in the light of local realities too.
So, Mr. Baheti, from what you're saying, does that mean that the stock exchanges and the market regulator never consulted participants like yourself, the body that you're representing? And then where did this 1st October deadline come from? Who has been in favor of it? We've also been hearing about how there was a proposal that maybe the markets would first be extended till 3:30, take a break, begin again at 5:30. Is that the right way to go?
See, the SEBI circular was not a deadline. It was just an enablement that the earliest possible date from which the exchanges could implement this was 1st October. But it was clearly laid down that other things have to be sorted out in terms of settlement mechanisms, margin mechanisms, how and the timing, the break, how the settlement, whether it would be merged with the current day or it would go into T+1. So all those things were left to be decided. And clearly, there is no consensus with respect to that emerging, not only between the broker associations and the exchanges, I think between the exchanges themselves. So I think it's very, very important that I don't think we're losing anything by not trading the extended hours. As the previous guest has already said that the gift exchanges are available to FPIs to trade in the extended hours. And ANMI's contention has always been, even if you do allow extended hours trading, it should be limited only to the indices. That should be enough for somebody to hedge their portfolio should a global event arise post India closing hours.
Rajesh, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always good to get perspective. Mr. Chudiwala, thank you so much for taking out time for us. And Vijay, has broken this exclusive story right now that as of now there are no consensus on trading hours and unlikely that it's going to be taken ahead at this point of time.